Hi, hope you're doing well. I'm called Catherine Strehovets. Here in Ljubljana, it's raining, but it's still beautiful. To go straight to the point, I will talk about what's happening now. It's not that I didn't want to talk about what's happening, it's just I didn't know how to bring myself to saying anything. I thought that maybe there is nothing much I would say different. But anyway, I'm here and I'm going to say something about what's happening. It's beautiful to see that countries have come together, young people have come together, organizations are coming together to protest against racism and police brutality. This is something which has been happening a lot, which has affected a lot of people, and people have been complaining about it, but maybe we hadn't come to realize it until this was done in a way and it showed that someone was killed on camera and we all had to see. But you know, there are a lot of people who have been killed or who are being killed and there is no camera to show. But coming together and trying to fight this, to protest in a calm way without destroying property or things, it's the way to go. I'm not so sure that this has happened in where I am in Ljubljana, but we are speaking about it, and this is one of the reasons I'm here. Racism is one of those sensitive topics. Racism is up there. For anyone who has gone through this experience knows exactly what I am saying. It is so sensitive, you do not even know what to do next. You become numb. So I don't know how to speak about it without being so emotional. So you will give me a second to pull myself together. Okay. And also one of the reasons why I didn't want to talk about it, it's because it's always so emotional as long as you have ever gone through it. So this is it. You know, some people think it doesn't happen because how would you know? You wouldn't, and no one is blaming you for that. But the only thing which people are trying to say is that recognize it, that it is there, because people are going through hell to just wake up a day and live and do things in a normal way. For them, it's a lot. Every single day is a challenge. Those people are there, and you just have to recognize it. So I will talk about few things which happened to me, my experience with racism. When I was in Uganda, there was no racism. The only thing you kind of face is that you are valued in a way that, okay, maybe you're rich, you're poor. But I didn't even have an idea about racism, except reading a little bit about it and reading the history of United States and how people were enslaved and all that stuff. But besides that, I didn't know how it felt until I moved to Europe. And one lady spit on me. So, okay. You know, these are the things you talk about and they're so emotional, you can't bring yourself to finish. Okay, I will do my best to say that I got through this video. But this is it. I was in Austria. We were trying to look for a place and we couldn't find it. And then my husband told me to jump out of the car to just ask for directions. I was like, excuse me, madam, can you help me with this and this? And she literally spit on me and went on shouting so much with black person, black person. I was like, what the hell? What the hell? What did I do? I froze and tears ran down my cheeks like crazy. I froze. Okay, give me a minute. Oh God, this is going to be hard. Okay, I know. This is not the easiest thing to talk about, and people who are out there with my skin color, you know what I'm talking about, and I know you have gone through it. It's so hard to explain it to someone, and that was my first time that someone spit on me. You know, this whole thing that I sit somewhere and the rest of the people move away, it does not bother me. It does not, because you have just given me space to put my bag down, to do stuff. I do not care. But if you insult me, then that is another thing altogether. And one thing which really kills me is that someone insults you in public, but the rest of the people stand there and they look at you. They never say anything. They keep on looking at you and looking at the person insulting you. And that is the most painful thing ever, because you stand there and you're so hurt. Okay, I'm back. I know my eyes are going to be red and all that stuff, but hey, who cares? Okay, you stand there and you're so hurt, and the only thing you're waiting for is someone to say something. They keep on looking on their phones, or they keep on rotating around you and looking at the other person, and they never say anything. And this person gets the power once to keep on insulting you because of the skin of your color. Calls you the nigger, calls you the monkey, says all the crappy stuff. And everyone is looking at you. And that is the most painful thing ever. Anyway, so painful to say. Okay. Oh my God, I get so emotional speaking about race, and that's why I never want to speak about it. I just keep quiet. But anyway, I am here and I decided to talk about it, so let us talk about it. What am I saying? That the most painful thing is someone standing there and looking at the person insulting you and never says anything. Now, you guys who do that, you are the worst. Not the person saying, because you have the right to say something to stop that person from insulting anyone. You have the right to do that, but you choose not to. Okay. Now, being that I have been in Europe for quite some time, I think every black person will let you know this, that they grow a thick skin, that there are certain things they do not even waste their time on. But then there are those ones, when you get so tired of being insulted that you have to say something back. You really have to. This also happened to me. I was riding my bicycle, the sun was shining, everything was beautiful. I was supposed to meet someone for coffee, and passing through the park, someone shouted, "You blackie animal, where are you going? Are you looking for sheep? They are in Italy," and all that crap. I was like, this is enough. I stopped my bicycle, went right where the person was, and told the person, yes, I'm right looking for those sheep which are bringing the black people in Europe. Maybe you can help me so that they can take me back home. People who are spreading racism, hate, and all this stuff, those are the most miserable people on earth. And then because they say misery always seeks attention, they want to bring you down. This is me who had a great day, having everything working in for me. And this person had the audacity of trying to ruin the day for me. That someone just wakes up in the morning and thinks that has the right to call you all different names. And you have not done anything to this person. Nothing. Doesn't know you, doesn't know who you are, doesn't even know where you're from, doesn't know even what you're doing in the country, but thinks that maybe you are an immigrant. Not every single person came on the ship. Not every single person is seeking asylum. No. Some of the people are just tourists. But because they are black, they do not look like tourists. They do not look like expats. So because they are black, they are immigrants. And because they are black, they must be asylum seekers. No, they are not. So we are not. And that is the problem. But that is one of the things black people have to go through. I heard some of the people saying that, okay, if you are so rich or if you are so poor, you're treated differently. But if you are rich or poor, if someone calls you a nigger, it's still a nigger. Really. It's still the same. So, why would someone start saying all that crap? It's so hard to talk about race. It's so hard. And if you have never gone through racism, you can't relate. You can't. So you can't say that, okay, I don't think my city has racism or whatever. Sweetie, It's not you who is going to be affected by all this. No, it's not you. So you don't know whether some people in your city are racist or whatever. You do not have any idea. So if for you are not racist, well and good. But there are those people who are racists, a few people. And there are also those few who are allowing that to happen without knowing. And that is why I'm so impressed with people coming together and talking about this, and people wanting to know a little bit about it and willing to listen what other people are trying to say. The Black people are trying to say that this is what is happening. And I will say this to the parents, to people who have kids who are young now, because little kids have no idea about race until it's taught to them. Until they see this on TV, they see this in books, they hear this from their parents or the people around them, and they carry on this whole thing. I'm saying this now, that if you have a child, tell this child right now what it means to live in the world with different colors of people. Let the child know that people in this world have different colors, but it does not mean that you are different from them. You are the same, but people have different colors. Let the child know this now. And don't let this kid be influenced by the media or the people around who are so hateful, because this kid will be lost in this whole chaos. Now is the time. And I'm so impressed with the young people who are out there willing to learn more, because some of these, they do not even have a clue that Black people were enslaved. Some people don't even know that Black people were brought from Africa as slaves and they worked on plantations. They don't. So they think every single Black person they see came on the ship in a way, looking for work somewhere in Europe. They do not even know what happened, the history, because it's never taught in your schools. And it's never taught in our schools as well. Because down there, like for example, for me who comes from Uganda, we did not study about all the enslavement of the people from Africa. We did not. We did not study about the real reason of religion. The only thing we study about how great we got religion. So this is it. What someone wants you to learn is what they teach you. What someone wants you to see is what shows. But you as a parent, you have a great deal of work to teach your kids to be respectful of others, to acknowledge others, to love people, to respect themselves, and then they will get respect from others, and not learn how to hate. Why would you start hating someone who has done nothing to you? Now, yesterday I was watching this TikTok video, and one little girl was talking about that why Black people are so treated differently, because in history Black people were so harsh to white people, and that is why they are so treated. And I was like, where is the parent of this child? If this kid does not even have a clue that Black people fear white people more than the other way around, who was in the chains? Who has ever had the upper hand? Who? Oh God, I don't want to go into history and all that stuff. But I will say, if a Black person is going to try to explain to his or her child of 7 years to 10 years that, okay, this is the way you are supposed to behave, this is the way you are supposed to do. If you are at school, do not do this and this and this. If you are doing this, you have to be careful so that you're not killed. It's the same way any other race is going to sit the kid down to let the kid know that this is what is happening, that you have to love others, you have to respect others. So it can't be one way. And what triggered me into doing this video, it's not that I really want to talk about race all the time or whatever, because some people won't understand it, and I do not want to force someone to understand it. It's up to you to understand it if you want. If you don't want, it's still up to you. But one thing I hate is when someone gets into my space, because I try so hard to give someone space. I really do. So if you get in my space, then I'm going to fight for me. I'm going to defend myself when you get into my space. So this is it. Now, I'm in Slovenia. This is a small country with few Black people. I understand that some people are so curious, and that is understandable. That if you are curious and you'd like to know where I am from and you'd like to know more about me, no problem. I am an open book. It's okay to let you know where I'm from and how my country is, and I talk about this all the time. This is something I love talking about. I'm fascinated about it. My country is beautiful. We are beautiful people, and I know it. So that is why I like talking about it. When someone asks me those questions, I'm proud to talk about them. But then when someone compliments on my beauty and thinks that has the audacity to ask me all the stupid questions of, how can you get me a black woman? Please help me to do this. Sending me all the pornography in my messenger, and I block you. And then you start saying all the insults of calling me, you black bitch, animal, monkey bitch, and you think that I'm going to be offended. Sweetie, you're so mistaken. So do not think that if you complimented me, that I'm going to go there and start talking about you to discuss the trash. I don't have your time. So if you want to talk to me about something which is helpful, which is not going to take my time, I'm so happy to talk to you. But if you're going to talk to me about trash, don't. So that's it. I'll stop here now because I don't want to be so mad. I'll stop here now. I'll continue talking about the beauty of Africa, the things which Africans do. I'll talk about the safaris in Africa. These are the videos I'm working on right now. Some places to go in Africa for safari. And yeah, hope to catch you soon. Stay safe, enjoy yourselves, be happy, love each other, treat others the way you want them to treat you. Bye, see you soon.